Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for taking the time to meet with me.
Oh, I'm happy to do that.
So tell me when you went through the program.
I went through last October.
Okay, great. I have questions for you, but I really just want to hear your story and your experience and your history with the McDougall program.
Okay.
I guess we can just start out with how you got to us, how you found us and why.
Thank you. I did write a few notes, if that's okay.
Of course.
They won't take a lot of time, and then I'll answer questions.
Please,
But,
yes.
yeah, no, I'm so happy to do this because I just love the program. Um, Mostly, I want to express my feelings about the excellence and the wisdom of this 12-day program. I worked in a long ago life. I worked about my first 15 years after I graduated college as a registered nurse. I don't feel like I remember very much of it, but I was around medical enough that this is a really excellent program. And so I feel that the McDougall family and their team developed this program with years of study and research and experience. Um, and so many people express how much they're helped by it. So for me, I came to this program with maybe a different problem than the majority of people. But I found that no matter what a person's issue is with food or lifestyle, nutrition, it could be overeating or eating a lot of processed food. It could be cramming or binging or undereating or anorexia like I developed. All of these I found can be helped with this program. Um, I learned of the principles of the McDougall way of eating way back in the 1980s. I would go to the Bend Public Library, and I'd been overweight in college and high school, not obese, but overweight, and had a lot of shame from that because girls are supposed to be thin. And so I learned of health impacts of a high-fat diet through the reading I did then, which I know was either straight from your dad or influenced by him because he was the leading person of that time putting out that good information. So I lost weight eating low fat, and I went decades raising our family in the healthy weight zone. I was eating probably about 80% vegetarian, very low fat. That was the main thing. I had real good health by my late 50s. My only chronic health issue was osteoporosis, and that might be from all the skim milk I'd been drinking. I did keep that going until 2019. I took the starch solution course, and then I gave up eggs and dairy. And then my health was real good until in late 2020 and early 2021, our family had several severe traumas that I had a marked weight loss. I wasn't trying. I don't even remember losing it. I just, at the end, after about the summer of 21, I was underweight. My doctor was very concerned, and I developed severe low blood sodium or hyponatremia, which having a lot of symptoms, really some symptoms from that. That started a 3-year battle with anorexia and the hyponatremia. I have a kind doctor here. He tried to help. He monitored, he sent me to the ER a couple times with the blood sodium so low that it was getting toward the dangerous stage. He had me talk frequently with a nutritionist, a counselor, and they were all very nice and helpful. And in their own way, they helped it to not get worse, but I wasn't getting into recovery. The biggest problem to me all that time was just the sodium. So I had heard Dr. Lim on, I think it was an online health summit. I heard him speak, and I was impressed with him, so I thought I'd call for a consult just to ask him if maybe something was being missed that would help me with the sodium problem, because that's where most of my very problems and symptoms were coming from. It really affects you neurologically, and I was dizzy all the time and a lot of digestive problems and things. So, but I don't even fully understand it to this day. I never would have thought I would or could develop an eating disorder and what a hold it can get on a person. So after talking with Dr. Lim at the end, he invited me to consider the 12-day program. And I had never thought of that because I thought it was just for weight loss, so it surprised me that he said that. But as I thought about it more, I felt desperate enough that I decided to enroll in it. Decision I'll never regret. So for me, I think it was that combination of, first of all, the wonderful support, more intensive support, especially at the beginning. I needed that daily, every day, that first 12 days, and then every week, just being told to, you have to eat enough. Your dad would always say that, you have to eat enough calories. I wasn't being a good example. That kind of made me sad during that time with the hyponatremia, because I thought, I know that the starch solution way of eating, that's the answer. But because I wasn't eating enough calories, I wasn't being a good example of it, or of what it can do for us. So, but I just couldn't overcome. So with that support, and also the way the program is put together you've got medical, you've got, fantastic people. Each person on your team is like cream of the crop. You've got Jeff Novick. I finally understood much, even on a deeper level, food density. And that's been really important in my recovery. And then you've got the exercise physiology, which has been helpful to me as aging and with wanting to gain muscle, which will be gaining weight. And then you've got the helpful hints from you and Chef Emily. The psychology part with Dr. Lyle was invaluable, because when you start gaining, when you've been fighting it for so long, it's very almost like scary, and yet knowing that this won't get out of control because I know what to do to maintain. So there's little ups and downs along the way. But then again, you got that support coming, and I've got some local here too. And my doctor wrote at my last visit, my sodium's almost normal. My weight's come up where I just entered the healthy BMI zone. And he used to write frail looking, and now he wrote appears well nourished. And he wrote down, he asked me what I did to help, and he wrote down the McDougall program. He was going to look into it. And he's a wonderful doctor. He took his training in Bangladesh, but he himself, he said he's not a vegetarian, but he fully supports the way I'm eating. So I'm just very happy. My family's so happy. My daughters are so happy. They worried for me when I was having to go to the emergency room and things. And so anyway.
I love it. It's so wonderful to hear how well you've done, and in such a short amount of time. It sounds like you've really gotten a lot of your life back. So that makes me
It's
so
wonderful.
happy.
Yeah, thank you, Heather. Yeah, I'm thrilled. It was I don't know how much of with eating disorders, there's probably some controversy if it's like an addiction. But I heard Dr. Sabatino say that addiction, it's a behavior or a substance or behaviors that you continue in despite negative consequence. And that's what the eating disorder was doing to me. I mean, I'm having a lot of, it's just not fun at all, and yet couldn't, just needed the greater level of support and information That just, I really needed to understand that, okay, this is not going to get out of control. When I get to the healthy weight, which I'm, and maybe that I'll gain a little more, but at least, like I say, I'm in the healthy, healthy BMI now. I just entered that.
I love that. That is just so, so wonderful. That really makes me feel good. And I'll be sure to share it with the team as well, because as you know, this is why we do what we do, is to hear stories from people like you. So thank you.
Yeah.
Is there
Thank you.
anything else you want to share about your journey?
Um, well, I also think that each member of your team is genuinely, it just comes through. There's just so much kindness. And I've always thought, when I was working too in medical, there's a healing aspect of kindness. It's part of the healing. So you just have found, like I say, you've just found this team that works so well, like similar qualities, wanting to help. You can see that people are excited when people improve health.
It's incredibly rewarding. We have a great team.
Yeah,
Thanks, Mary. I appreciate your time, and I know you're taking advantage of the support, but please, please continue to stay in touch. We're here for you.
thank you, Heather. Thank you very much.
Have a great rest of your day. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, Heather.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.